Welcome! In this video we will go through the third chapter in the Ringing Deeps campaign called The Monster and the Machine. Not only is this the third chapter, but it is also the last chapter. As always, let's look into the lorebook entry on the previous chapter first. Now, if you saw my video on the first chapter called By Candlelight, you will have noticed how I said that the lorebook entry of that chapter kind of flows into the one from the Dark Revelations chapter. So I'm gonna read the lorebook entry on the Dark Revelations chapter, but there will also be one small bit of the end of the By Candlelight campaign. Now this may sound a bit confusing, but I'm gonna point it out in a second. Okay, so cogs and candles. A kobold regent called the Candle King has been bullying and oppressing his people. We challenged his authority by stealing his crown. We found a new home for beleaguered peaceful kobolds and formed an alliance with them. So that was part of the chapter called By Candlelight. Now we will start under the same title with the chapter called Dark Revelations, or at least lorebook entry on that chapter. So again, cogs and candles. Returning to Gundergas, we listened to more earthen citizens. Recalling events on the surface, Dagron suggests we should investigate suspicious events in the mining town called Taylok. Moira returned to the surface to inform Edelgard and her warriors. Shadows over Taylok. We arrived in Taylok with Magni and Dagron. Fog filled the streets and the town appeared deserted, save for primal encroaching wildlife. Brint had sent us to find the local foreman, who was suspiciously absent. Searching for clues with Dagron, we found frightened survivors sequestered in their homes, and evidence of earthen transforming into Skarden. Truth in Darkness. A series of disturbing journals led us to an obtenebrated cave. The foreman sealed herself inside before transforming into a tormented Skarden. When we granted her mercy through destruction, we found a memory gem with further revelations. The foreman witnessed the High Speaker and Zelata discussing the awakening machines, and I quote, perfection. Their plan, reawaken all the earthen as Skarden. Okay, so that was a lorebook entry on the chapter called Dark Revelations. So like I said at the start of this video, we will now start with the chapter called The Monster and the Machine. I hope I made that clear. Well, I hope I made the lorebook entry clear on these chapters, because it was a bit confusing. Alright, so I kinda lost my sense of direction now. So yeah, let's speak with Speaker Brint over at Gundergas to start The Monster and the Machine.
I attend to the archive.
Absent Speaker. It is a dark day for the Ringing Deeps. I always knew there was something about the High Speaker that wasn't quite right. Now we have proof. And we need justice. If he has plans for the awakening machine, then we've got to stop him. Meet Speaker Brint in the Earthenworks.
Return if you have...
Enough talking. The High Speaker will answer for his crimes. To the Earthenworks.
And then they all disappear, save for Skitta. So, over at the map, if we look at the map, we go right to this location. Apparently this area is called the Earthenworks. Now, only way to get there is to fly past these mountains and then turn right. Here we are.
I suspected we might need some assistance.
Moira informed us of the situation. We're ready to help.
And Moira has reappeared alongside Edelgard and Oathsworn volunteers. Oh, and Skidder is here after all. Okay. So next we speak with Speaker Brint.
You have my focus.
The High Speaker and his followers will answer for their crimes.
Back to work.
Sympathetic speakers. I have to stop the High Speaker from making more Skarden. Machine Speaker Protocol dictates that one of the foremen in this area should have a key to the Hall of Awakening. Come with me and we'll track it down. Look for Machine Speaker Foreman in the Earthenworks with Speaker Brinth.
Can we require a foreman's key to access the Hall of Awakening?
You need a hammer? Or an open hand?
A fine mess this is. I'm gonna go for the quest first.
If you hear anything I note, let me know.
Battle of the Earthenworks. There's a battle afoot. We need to assist the machine speakers loyal to our cause and move against anyone defending the High Speaker. I'm going to remain and make plans with Edelgon. I need you to lead our forces while we're containing consequences of the High Speaker's actions in the Earthenworks. This is our first step in deposing him. We're putting a stop to his horrendous crimes once and for all. What do you say? Up for a scrap? Defeat enemy machine speakers, constructs, and help frightened workers in the Earthenworks. And we get a nice upgrade on chest armor.
You may take your leave.
Alright,
Have you heard anything I need to know?
stay a while and listen.
I can see how worried you are about Dagran.
I've got a lot to make up for. For a long time, I knew I needed to protect Azeroth. I gave up a lot. I gave up too much. I should have spent more time protecting you and Dagran.
Dagran's been through a lot too.
I know. I want to be here for him as his granddad. I wasn't responsible enough. That needs to change. I've spent too many years listening to Azeroth's voice. I'm glad I can listen to yours now.
Aye, Father. We'll figure it out together.
So that's a bit of bonding or rebonding between father and daughter. Alright, so we are to confront Foreman, darn names, Geza, and we have an, or a bar that needs 100% completion by fighting the High Speaker's followers in the Earthenworks, or like the quest said, rescuing or helping oppressed workers. Alright, let's follow this waypoint. And here we have the first foreman.
Have you met your quota?
Defiant, non-compliant. The awakening machine is all that matters. Can you help us?
Grim. Speaker detected. The High Speaker warned us about you.
So there's no loot from the first foreman. That means she doesn't have a key for us. Over here we can see an assembly worker. And normally there should be a lot of enemies here, so I'm guessing someone else beat us to clearing the area. Madness! This is madness! Disciple of Eirik. Didn't actually see that before. Okay, that's quite a lot of enemies. Let's have a look. If you set this one, you can take these two at the same time.
Protect the machines. My task is done.
Easier than I expected. Guessing Speaker Brinth really hits quite hard. Alright, so let's free some more. Oops. They're destroying our machines! No ringing the alarm, buddy. Why would the high speaker do this?
I'm out of range.
Violence authorized. No more work.
Alrighty then. So that kind of saves me some work, I guess. If they have a voice of their own. No pockets to pick. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay, that's weird. Let's not get caught unaware now of our surroundings. When I said I didn't want to help, they attacked. I actually never opened that before. Workers' lunch. Hard to chew, but filling. Movement speed increased by 120%. Ooh, that's nice. Destroying that pillar. Broken machinery, that gives you 6% progress.
Violence authorized. But the machine.
Machine isn't going to help you, buddy. Not if the high speaker has his way.
More.
I need to target something first.
However, it will help you if you choose our side. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm working my way
Begins.
to confront Foreman Otan, so I'm following this waypoint. While filling up our progress bar. So these have no pockets. I do hope that little one won't come our
Far
way.
away.
Cogwalker. Wow. Let me just check something. Trying to check their health. Because they are dying really fast. I did not expect that. Not with this character, at least. Oh, okay. Yeah, still, she dealt like 100k damage. Okay, let's clear these out as well.
I must get closer.
No, Speaker Bryn, don't do that. So we have 75% now. I'm still in. Oh, peculiar. Huh.
I don't have a target.
Okay. I do think that there was someone over here. Oh, he's on top of those barrels. I'm not gonna fly up there. He's safe.
Delayed.
Yeah, soon it will be delayed even more when you're dead. Or when you die.
But the machine.
So that's 4% from saving a friend worker. Friend assembly worker. And over here we have Foreman Otan. And yeah, someone else was here.
Make it quick. We're busy.
Return to your stations. Can you help us?
You should have remained on the surface. Speak up, Brent.
That's not how you say welcome back. Shame on you. And we have one more assembly worker here. So that's one objective completed. And next we go back to Foreman as Jax, who we ran into in the first chapter. Here he is.
This sounds
Bryn, I don't know what to believe anymore. My efficiency is impaired. Take my access key. Never did like the High Speaker's pomposity.
You have work to do. So do I. The burden is mine.
Your ways are strange.
And he has some sort of manual laying outside the house. I'm not gonna read this out loud because it's a bit too long. So I'm just gonna scroll through it, and you could pause the video if you wanted to. And that's all of the book. Alright, let's now speak with Speaker
I
Brent.
speak for the machines.
This should get us into the Hall of Awakening.
The High Speaker must be stopped. Regroup with Moira. I'll head for the Hall of Awakening.
On your own? Never a good idea. Alright, so we are to return to Moira. It's her location from earlier. So we now got the what was it? Yeah, the access key, and she went straight for the Hall of Awakening.
Best mind your manners in the presence of a queen.
While we return and speak to her about clearing those loyal to the High Speaker, and her being Moira.
May your hammer strike true.
You've managed to drive out some of the High Speaker's most devoted disciples, and you've cracked some heads. It's a fine start. There's so many. Too many.
We will survive. We always do.
42k HP. Entry item levels. Dark iron from above.
Mind yourself, champion. We need you.
We've done our best to contain the High Speaker's followers. We've hampered their efforts at destroying or looting anything they can take with them into the Hall of Awakening. Now, we just need to deal with the leader of their forces before they can coordinate a more unified resistance. Are you ready to do this? Defeat Supervisor Varric and his forces within the Earthenworks. So Supervisor Varric leads the zealous loyalists of High Speaker Eirik in the Earthenworks. Sees nonconformity as defiance, noncompliance, or deviance.
The three hammers stand as one.
You dare challenge the will of the High Speaker? Suffer for your hubris.
Let's see how brave you are when your protective shield is gone.
Slag and rust. This isn't over. The High Speaker will hear of this.
Nice one, Moira. And funny thing is that when he zones out of your view, he kinda looks like he's dropping to the, well, floor. Back to Earth, I guess. Anyway, speak with Moira.
Let's get down to business then.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Supervisor Varric slain. So we now get carried by a griffin or griffin. I don't know really what the difference is.
We've caught up to him. Champion, take him out. I'll guard the rear.
Up to this bridge. And here we have Supervisor Varric.
I'm out of range.
Now do be careful with that cone. Yeah, figured. And another cone, more frontal, interrupt magma hammer, and there we go.
Must get away.
Looks like he's running again.
Rouse yourself, champion! The enemy advances! Looks like Varric's machine is still usable. Use that mechanical contraption to blast him to scrap!
So yeah, that was quite a awesome cutscene. Though it does make sense that you, well, don't drop dead after jumping off of the contraption. Okay, so over here we have 3 locations where you can position this damaged Iron Strider. It doesn't really matter which one you take. I'm gonna take this one. Okay. Giga Blast. Launch a projectile that deals moderate damage to the first enemy hit. Stick with down for that one for a second. Lava Surge. Blast all nearby enemies that are in front of you for massive damage. Let's let them close in. That is... yeah, that deals double damage of the fire blast. Giga Blast. So we get another progress bar. Attacking forces defeated. So you can just pick the ones that are summoned and smash them to pieces, or you could even, if you find the time, take the ones that are standing around. So they're not really doing much. Oops. You can still kill them and it will still give you progress. And Repairing Flames. Create a shield that protects you from all harm and rapidly heals you to full health for 4 seconds. Come on.
Well done. Now let's regroup ahead.
Okay, and last time when I heard her speak or saw this cutscene, I saw that one of my music installation, can't think of the right name, sorry, was faulty, because I kind of heard that only from the left side, but now that I'm using my headset, I can also hear it only from one side. Peculiar. Anyway, we move ahead to the north, to this location. The Stone Vault exterior. And here we meet Moira again, who is accompanied by Magni and Dagran.
The mountain lends us its strength.
The Ringing Deeps should be safe, for now. But the High Speaker, we need to follow Speaker Brent into the Hall of Awakening.
We will survive. We always do.
Into the machine. No time to catch our breath. The High Speaker is fleeing to the Earthen's most sacred machine. We need to follow him. Remember, we're doing this for the Earthen, for justice, for all the brothers and sisters and comrades who've fallen to the High Speaker's hubris. Confront the High Speaker inside the Hall of Awakening. And we get nice rewards for that, as well as a new trinket. I guess I'm gonna replace, the Northrend one. Not only will I not be transforming into a vehicle anymore, but actually it does give a huge boost in agility.
The 3 hammers stand as one. Brinth is already inside the Hall of Awakening. Let's move!
Okay, and I guess this is something I should have done off screen, but
How you doing, man?
to clear some stuff here.
You be careful, man.
Not that it's anything important. It's only stuff from, well, collected while making videos, but still. Okay, so you can see Moira over here. We are sent to this portal, not this portal. And as you can see, that is a dungeon. So this is a stone vault dungeon, and this is a side entrance of that same dungeon. So we can either enter the portal or speak with Moira.
Well, I'm listening.
Doesn't matter which one you take. We must make haste. We're with you, Moira.
May your hammer
Follow the trail of the High Speaker into the Hall of Awakening. Stage 1, in pursuit.
I can hardly believe it. This place dates back to the time of the Titans.
Time for that later, Dagrin. With a fight in our hands.
Moira Thorzen looks up ahead. Ostiary Weiston.
High Speaker Aelric refuses your entry.
Too bad for him. We are coming through.
High Speaker will
I'll get the door. Lead the way, champion.
That's a nice little tool.
Intruders, activate the defenses.
Master Mechanist Dunstan, or Machinist. Yeah, another Earthen that runs away. Firewall of Negotiation. Alright. Flame Trap. Stunned. Security Breach. Deactivate the defenses. So we are to destroy 4 Inferno Sprayers. Those are the ones you can obviously see over here. And we collect Iron Fused Bombs. Now I'm not sure of the one path to the left, but I'm gonna take this path. Yeah, it still doesn't work. Okay, so normally you would get dialogue when you get or when you take any of the bombs, but apparently this doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead a little bit.
Champion! Those bombs have enough firepower to destroy the turrets.
So that's what I was referring to. Should be getting that dialogue if you go that way, or even go to this one, but yeah. Doesn't work anymore for some reason. Now that we got 2, we have to be careful about where we step, because rain of bombs, well, does exactly that. It rains down bombs upon the area. There we go. All safe now. Iron Fused Bomb. Destroys turrets and inflicts additional 85,282 fire damage to enemies within 8 yards of the impact. Throw it quickly before it explodes. Wah! Ooh, I actually never destroyed 2 in one bomb yet. Okay, cool. Over here we can see a 15-second timer. Iron Fused Bomb, carrying a bomb. Whoops.
Hurry! We need to catch up to Brinth.
Journey onward. Journey deeper into the Hall of Awakening. We've arrived at the processing unit. Activate the rune lock.
We're near a stone vault. That's where the dormant earthen are stored.
And if those earthen awaken at Scarden,
Get those doors open, lad. And fast.
So help Dagron activate the rune lock sequence. Okay, over here we have console, earthen console. Scarden breakout. Protect Dagron while he
This
solves.
configuration? I've read about this. Proper alignment of the runes should open the way.
Protect Dagron while he solves the rune lock combination.
All these
Too
Scarden
far away.
twisted into something they never asked to become.
Indeed, Magni, indeed. So, I didn't actually point it out yet, but that door was actually locked when you entered,
I must get closer.
and now Scarden have breaking through.
I require a target.
You address the Queen Regent of the Stay near me, champion. I'll heal your wounds.
Just like that. So these are running around the machine as well. Wow, that's a big hit.
I need to target something first.
Weird. What was that? Ooh, that's a big one. Scarden Metamorphosis. He doesn't attack you, but he leaves a tainted trail. So basically I want to kill him as soon as possible, but... as you can see, it just fades away, even though we didn't kill him fast.
Stay near me, champion. I'll heal your wounds.
Almost done here. Just like Mora said, she will heal you if your health gets too low. So don't worry about dying. Okay, there's one more gate or door. What? How did that one run through a door?
Almost done here.
There it is. So those run off to God knows where. But some actually do attack you. Just like this void crystal monstrosity. To think that was once an earth. Jesus. That's the same monstrosity that the foreman in the previous video turned into.
I've got it. We can proceed.
So many Scarden. If only we'd known about them sooner.
So, stage 6, Twin Guardians. Defeat the twin golems that defend the entrance to the Awakening Machine. Annihilation interface.
So you're relentless, vindictive, and misguided. Perhaps my golems can show you the error of your ways.
We're misguided? Hello, Pot. Okay, so we have an Iron Rune Protector and an Earthen Ward Sentinel. So let's move forward. And you automatically pull them, but the Iron Rune Protector gets a shield. Iron Shield, resist all damage. So we start off with this one. Normally we should be getting help from the others. Whoops. Let's interrupt the Breath of Flames. Flaming Barrier. Resist all damage, but now we can attack this way. So once you start attacking different golem, one of the machine speakers from over by the gate comes closer. That's one down, and as soon as that one finishes channeling its barrier, you can take care of the second golem. Whoops. Okay, that wasn't a cooldown. There we go. The Awakening Machine. No speech. Enter the final chamber of the Halls of Awakening. Actually, that one should have come to us. We were fighting that one.
I'll be damned if I let Bryn's people be turned into monsters.
This room seems different. Do the walls seem older to you?
I've seen rooms like this before. There's Titan machinery in here.
Outside the Earthen rebuilt the machines, but the oldest ones remain unchanged.
So we enter the final chamber. Vigilance and Violence. Defeat Master Machinist Dunstan.
It is time to step down, High Speaker. Everyone knows what you've done.
What I've done? Saved us all? I have found a path to our salvation.
You would have us all live as Skarden?
Better to live as a Skarden than die as an Earthen.
Talk about brainwashing, I guess. Okay, so stage 8 of 9. We are going to defeat the one that ran from us at the start of the Hall of Awakening.
I'm out of range.
Even though I'm pulling it back a little bit, you will not get help from the others. Do dodge swirly as well as a frontal. And there we go. Oh yeah, right. His machine is destroyed, but he is still not giving up. He's going in for the kill.
I require a target.
King of the Dwarves. Confront High Speaker Eirik at the Awakening Machine. Final stage.
It is done! Now, with this power, all Earthen shall awaken.
We've lost them all. It's over.
Granda, you can stop this. I've seen you wield Azeroth's gift. It's you. You're the only one who can save them.
Magni. It is time.
Azeroth, let your blessing pass to them.
You did it, Granda. You saved them.
She let me go. You woke me. Who are you? I'm Magni. Magni. But who am I? Whoever you want to be.
How about that cutscene, huh? So we kind of thought we had lost the Earthen, Magni saved him, and then we thought we had lost Magni, and Magni got, well, released, I guess, by Azeroth, the world's soul. Okay, so we are now back at Gunnergas. So we ascend these stairs, we go right, and over there we can see Brynth, her house again. Speak with Moira.
Are you here to chat or work?
He's gone? He's really gone? As far as I'm considered, he just abdicated his authority. I don't know where he fled, and I don't care. Now that the awakening machine is operational again, we can step up and set things right.
I dismiss you.
The machine speakers.
Mind yourself, champion. We need you.
Ah! How would I make that a general? Ah! The person of the hour! We were just discussing you! Moira nods towards Speaker Brynth. There's some unfinished business for us to attend to, now that the High Speaker's transgressions have been corrected and the awakening machine restored once more. Care to stick around? Watch the conversation between Moira and Speaker Brynth in Gunnergas.
You may take
The High Speaker has ruled for as long as any of us can remember. But he's no longer one of us.
Well, sounds like you need a new High Speaker. And Brynth, you're the right earthen for the job.
Me? Elaborate.
You cared for your people like no one else has. Not by commanding, but by understanding.
Then you know I will leave it to my people to decide.
Something tells me they already have.
Honor Guard, reporting for duty. If you'll accept the position.
I accept. I am the High Speaker.
And then the crowd goes wild.
The mountain lends us its strength.
It is a new day in the Ring Deeps.
If you hear anything I note, let me know.
Orientation Gunnergas. Our new kobold friends have been moving into Gunnergas. They've also been gathering odds and ends from around the Ringing Deeps. You should check in with the Quartermaster. Go have a look at what they've collected. Then we can talk about what we're doing next. I heard Anduin's around here somewhere. I suspect he has some plans for Hallowfall. We need all the allies we can get against the Nerubians. Meet with Waxmonger Squick in Gunnergas.
I dismiss you. We will survive. We always do.
Alright, so we descend the stairs, and to our right we can find Waxmonger Squick.
It's not junk, it's treasure.
Who has a whole bunch of stuff tied to the different renown levels of the faction of
My was not for you.
the Assembly of the Deeps. Alright, so now we just return to Bryn's house, where the crowd is still cheering. We speak with Moira. Okay, so just before we do that, let me point something out. The monster and the machine is not ticked off yet.
You need a hammer? Or an open hand?
It's good to make new friends. In the days ahead, we'll need all the help we can get.
If you hear anything I need, let me know.
And now we did complete the chapter. So once again, there is no mention of it for some reason. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, we completed the Monster and the Machine chapter. And we have completed the Ringing Deeps campaign, as well as the achievement called the Ringing Deeps. Okay, so how was that for an eventful chapter, right? So let's summarize what we did. We started the chapter by speaking with Speaker Bryn. She told us that we need to stop the High Speaker from corrupting the Awakening Machine, so no more Skardin can be made or created. We agreed to meet up at the Earthenworks on the north side of the Ringing Deeps. We would start by clearing out any that are loyal to the High Speaker's cause and rescue oppressed Earthen. That would be the first step in deposing the High Speaker. We'd also have to look for a key to the Hall of Awakening. According to protocol, one of the foremen should have it. As we completed our tasks and received the key from Foreman Asjax, Speaker Brinth sent us to Moira. Brinth herself rushed off to the Hall of Awakening. Moira decided it was time to go after the leader of the forces at the Earthenworks, called Supervisor Varric. As we accepted the quest, he in fact came for us. He was acting all tough until Moira disabled his protective shield, at which point he fled. We chased after him on a griffin to take him out. When we were about to deal the finishing blow, we got a cutscene showing how Varric ran again, but not before he could hang on to his rig. After some acrobatics, we kicked him out, sending him on a trajectory into the lava. However, this was not the end, as the loyalist forces seemed to be ready to go on the offensive. We used the damaged bot from their leader to make quick work of their assault forces. Afterwards, we regrouped with Moira to go help Speaker Brint bring the High Speaker to justice. We entered the Hall of Awakening, which appears to be a side entrance of the the Stone Vault dungeon. Dagron pointed out that the hall seems to be of Titan origin. In the hall, we made our way through the High Speaker's defenses, which consisted of earthen, Skardin, golems and traps. Oh, and the crowd went silent, even though they are still there. Whoops. Okay, where was I? High Speaker Eirik had already turned many earthen that were stored in the Awakening Machine to become active once more into Skardin. Apparently he had locked them away. After being confronted by the huge number of Skardin, Moira regretted that we were not able to stop the High Speaker any sooner. Next we took out 2 Guardian Golems before we caught up with Speaker Brinth. She was in a room with Eirik's second in command. We took care of him and his rig, upon which a cutscene started. In there we confronted Eirik, but it looked like we were too late. Eirik had corrupted the Awakening Machine so that all earthen would be turned into Skardin, or all earthen stored in there. He then escaped through some sort of void portal or rift. Magni thought we came too late, but Dagron convinced him that he could save them. After all, Dagron had seen firsthand how Magni used Azeroth's gift to ward off Skardin. Azeroth then whispered to Magni, which was quite some time ago, saying it was time. Magni sat down on his knees and somehow released a huge amount of energy, which pushed back the void corruption and saved the earthen before they were turned into Skardin. However, as Moira and Dagron gazed upon Magni, it seemed he had turned into a statue himself. Dagron was proud of his grandfather, thinking Magni sacrificed himself. Of course, Dagron was also heartbroken to have lost his, and I quote, Granda. Suddenly, Magni broke free of his stone body and said Azeroth let him go. Magni once again looked like a normal dwarf and held his family in his arms, after many, many years. He was then greeted by what seems to be an earthen that was awakened by Magni. The same earthen We saw her earlier in the cutscene, where she seemed to have a central position in the hall. We are not told who she is, because Bagni said that she could be whoever she wanted to be, but I'm thinking, or I guess, that she is one of the Thragar that we were always told of. However, they did mention how they were taller than him, but yeah, I don't know why she would be a regular Earthen and still have a central position in the Hall of Awakening. She was depicted a lot larger as well in her, well, container, I guess. Anyway, like I said, it's just speculation. We have no idea who she is. We were then returned to Gunnergas, where we regrouped at Speaker Brinth, her house. Moira, satisfied that we saved the Awakening Machine and the Earthen in stasis, said we had some unfinished business now that we took care of the High Speaker and the Awakening Machine. Brinth seemed a bit lost, saying that the High Speaker had ruled for so long. Moira then encouraged Brinth to take up the position, as she deeply cared for her people, and that she was leading by example rather than commanding them. Brinth thought that this choice should be for her people to take, at which point the High Speaker Guard entered Brinth her house. They were reporting for duty, at least if she would accept the position. That is exactly what she did. She accepted the position of High Speaker, at which point the crowd outside her house started cheering. Finally, Moira sent us to the new quartermaster at Gunnergas and mentioned how she saw Anduin around as well. Alright, so now that we have completed the campaign tied to the Ring Deeps, it will be time to move on to the next area, which is called, Moira already mentioned it, Hallowfall. So we can see, actually didn't mention this at the start of the chapter, that there is no more lorebook entry, so I refer to warcraft.wiki for that. But yeah, we can see a little entry that says the Hallowfall Arathi. Until then, so I'm going to make a video on that, but until then I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you will check out my next video as well. See ya!